Alka-Seltzer.
Aqua-Seltzer?
Alka-Seltzer.
Aqua-Seltzer.
It's not Aqua-Seltzer. That's perfect. So we're on day, I don't even know what day we're on. I think it's day 10. And today is trigger day. So no more gonal, no more Luveris, no more Cetrotide or Orgalutron or Ganirelix, depending on which day you watched last. No more anything. We are going straight to Ovidril. So this one is a timed injection, and it's exactly like the Gonal F pen, except it only comes with one tip, so it looks exactly the same. Nothing too drastically different. You stick a needle on the end and you jab yourself. So we do 2 of these, one on either side. It's like dueling needle pens. Tonight at 10:45, because trigger day is coming. This is literally what it says. So we took our last Orgalutron this morning. I take some milk of magnesia at bedtime just to keep things moving. And then we do the 2 syringes, the 500 IUs of Ovidril tonight at 10:45. Tomorrow night I take a lorazepam so that I get a good night's sleep according to the doctor, and then I take another one at 8:30 a.m. the morning of retrieval, so I can be at least a little bit stoned. And then that day we start endometrium. I don't know why this one stresses me out so much. Endometrium, progesterone, effervescent vaginal tablets. They're effervescent, which makes me think of like, you know, like the thing you drop in the glass of water and it gets all fizzy. What are those called? What do you call those? Do you know what I'm talking about? What do you psh, what are they called?
It's for old people.
Neither of us can remember what it's called, but it's the psh. If you know what it's called, you tell me. So this is endometrium. You do it 3 times a day into yourself. It's a vaginal suppository. And apparently it's pretty uncomfortable and it's quite leaky. So this is the app. I'll show you an applicator. Let's waste an applicator, people. I think we can do it, probably. So this is what it looks like. It's very similar to like a tampon or like if you've ever done a monostat thing. You put the endometrium into this little slot. Endometrium is about this size. That's 1 caplet. You place it in the holder, you place the holder in your vaginal canal, and then I don't know why I have to say it like that, and then you press the button and off it goes. So the instructions that I got were, if it slides out during the day, make sure you push it back in, and start investing in panty liners because it's pretty heinous. The side effects include wanting to punch people, burning labia, loads of discharge, and generally just being kind of itchy and uncomfortable. So that's that. In terms of follicles, today was a better day. Yesterday was just so crappy, and I was so bummed, and I cried so much. I had such a bad headache. But today was a little bit better. So we had the best ultrasound technician. And I have to admit, I watch all of your videos and you all talk about my IVF nurse, my favorite nurse, she's so nice and we love her. And we haven't had that yet. Everybody we've dealt with, quite honestly, has not been that friendly and they haven't been that nice. And the one that we had at our last follicle appointment, the one that was so crappy, I asked Ian if he could write down how many follicles there were. Because inevitably, while they're using the camera on me, I don't know. Inevitably, they take the camera out. I put my pants on. I immediately ask him, what did they say? And if we haven't written it down, then neither of us remember. Not a weird thing to want to keep track of, as far as I'm concerned. And she got so weird. Why are you keeping track of that? And what are you writing down? And, well, how many, what exactly, why are you doing this? And it's well, I don't know. We're paying you a small fortune, and this is the biggest thing we've ever done in our entire lives. So it's kind of nice to track the progress. But for some reason, that was heinously insulting. So we had a really nice, really, really, really lovely, nice ultrasound tech, but she was really thorough. So at one point, trying to find crouching tiger, hidden ovary, I'm lying on my side with my leg in the air and my arm, I was like a pretzel, but she was rough, it was sore. But by doing that, she found a couple of things. So let me tell you what she found. Which one's today? This is today. So she printed us off this little follicle chart, which was kind of nice of her, which she didn't object to because she's not a jerk. Okay, on Lefty, which is the one that they know that they can get to, we have 3 follicles that are of good size. So we have a 19.2, a 17, and a 16.5. For them to catch up, she likes, like I was saying, okay, well, if there are smaller ones, what are the chances that they're going to catch up between now and retrieval? She said, I like to see them over 12 to consider them catch-upable, viable for catch-up. So we've one that's 11.2, so I'm kind of rounding it up and hoping that that counts as a 12. We've one that's 10.6, and we've one that's 9.3. So those 3 may never go anywhere, but worst case scenario, we have 1 extra follicle, a whole extra follicle, which counts for something. And then as she was beating the hell out of my insides, of my legs above my head, she looked at, there was 1 follicle on the right that was like huge and overripe, and they thought it was kind of useless because it was oversized, overmature. It wouldn't be worth it. But when she was in there today, she thought that she saw a septum between the 2 of them, either indicating, 1, that it is 2 follicles and they're big enough, like the whole thing has a diameter of like 22.5. Yeah, 22.5. So that's pretty big. But if it was 2 small ones, they would be reasonably sized 2 small ones. So that may be 2 follicles, or it's an endometrioma cyst and it's kind of useless. So if nothing else, worst case scenario, we at least have 3 on the left, 1 more than we had yesterday. Best case scenario, we get a bonus 2 on the right. So we may or may not have 4 on the right. We may or may not have 5 on the right. We'll find out on Saturday. So better news, much better. I'm less sad. Like yesterday was just such a crappy day. But I am uncomfortable. Like it's my whole, so they found out that the right ovary, so like this is left ovary, this is uterus, and this is where right ovary is supposed to live. In the surgery where they took my tubes out, now it's just ovary, uterus. And they're supposed to live like this. This one in the 3 months has already like reattached to the, like fully to the back of my uterus with all kinds of endometriosis on top of it. Okay, so it's here, it's on the back, and that's part of the reason why I'm so uncomfortable around the left side, because the ovary that's on the right isn't on the right. It's still pretty much in the middle, if not leaning towards the left. Like they're lonely, and we took their tubes and now they're trying to get back to each other. So that's probably why my whole like left side to center is pretty uncomfortable, because everything is there rather than being sort of spread out across. So like if I'm kind of out of breath a little bit, and if I take a really deep breath, it's like I have a huge stitch all down my side. Like I did a lot of sit-ups, which I did not do. And like if I lift my legs high, like when I go up the stairs, I feel it. Or if I curl into a ball, which I like to, I have a big overstuffed like man chair in my living room that is mine. And so when I like sit on my iPad and watch videos, I curl kind of into a ball with my earphones, and that's not very comfortable. And sleeping's not so good. So I have to admit, I'm pretty excited for this part to be over. Apparently, trigger day is the worst day, the day after trigger. I heard that today. So good intel, but yikes. Anyway, things are good. Things are moving. Saturday is the day. We go in at 9:45, right? 9:45. And 10:45 is egg retrieval. So I may update you tomorrow if there's really anything to update. Like, it depends on, I don't know, if everything's the same, we're not going to come back. But if there's anything to say, we'll let you know. And otherwise, we'll talk to you on Saturday after my egg retrieval. I may or may not ask Ian to film me all like stoned and angry, but if the surgery is as bad as they're making it sound, you don't want to see that, and I don't want you to see that. So we may come back to you freshly like primped and in bed afterwards. Anyway, hope your day is improving, and we'll talk to you later.